He said that if you would have told someone in 2020 what we're able to do now in 2025 with these models and all the tools that are being built, you could have asked the question like, do you think that is AGI, right? Like, which is like
Mhm.
where we go to reach like a level where it's smarter than all humans combined. And most people in 2020, bro, they would have been like, hell yeah. What do you mean? Like a robot can check my email, organize it, write draft responses, and all I've got to do is go in and approve it and send it. Like, what? Yeah, that's wild. Like 2020, bro, this is the pandemic. Like,
Wasn't that long ago?
just yeah, I mean, it's like a half a decade when you put it that way, but like at the same time, like the way this stuff has moved, I told you my daughter's like she just turned two. She was born about 5 months after OpenAI like really launched ChatGPT, like the mainstream model. So to watch her grow and watch ChatGPT grow, right? It's been insane because it's like what it can do. Like she can't read, and this thing is like, oh, Claude and ChatGPT helped me edit
Of
every
course.
other chapter. So every
Of
other
course.
chapter in this book, and this is not like just so you guys know, it's like some of you guys are like, yeah, I got phenomenal phone calls. My first book, Phenomenal Phone Calls, was 44 pages and had lots of fucking pictures, right? This thing is 250 pages of like almost 2 decades of business knowledge, and it's crazy because let me touch on this. There's really like three levels to use an AI. One is like, hey, where should we eat tonight, right? Like that's like using it as a glorified Google. If you do that, you're stupid. You have a genie in your fucking pocket, and that's what you're asking it, right? The second one is to do like business analysis and interpretation. The third is to ideate. So, like when I was editing this book, I had 500 pages of manuscript, and I basically whittled it down to 250 pages. But chapter by chapter, as we were editing together, I would ask it. I would say, like, hey, here's the next chapter. Here's the title of the chapter. Here's the theme of it, and here's the manuscript for that. What are some questions you have for me, and what are some stories that I could layer in? And so, bro, it would ask me, it would read it and be like, hey, well, you mentioned this. What about that? Do you have a story about this? And like, I talk about like my cousin getting killed in a drug deal. That wasn't in the book. Like ChatGPT helped me pull that out. Claude helped me talk about my mom having cancer back in the day. Like this thing, dude, is like I think it took me so long to release it because this is what was meant to happen for me to release this. It'll be a New York Times bestseller, no doubt in my mind. It might take me a couple years to make it happen, but we're gonna push it there. And I just think the whole narrative of AI being behind the editing is like next level, and really is kind of part of the marketing ploy as well to get out and talk about it because people I don't think can comprehend what's possible with this technology.
Yeah. So I'm a little behind you, but I am also writing a book, and
Let's
I
go.
I, I honestly could not do it without AI.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the editing, like, hey, here's my paragraph, fix this paragraph. No, that's rudimentary, right? What I'm talking about is having a conversation. They call it Chat GPT for a reason, right? I'm saying, hey, listen, so my concept is that I struggled with this in high school because of this, and this led me to that, right? You just have that conversation, and then you say, my whole point in this chapter is to get this out, and then it's just saying that alone and seeing what ChatGPT comes up with, it'll lead you in ways like you were talking about. She'll say something like, do you think that thing that happened with your dad could be the reason that blah 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 or whatever, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, am I sitting
Yeah.
down with a therapist right now? Like,
It's
yeah, that makes
crazy.
a lot of sense. So then it gives you these new avenues, these new ideas.